at the bottom. Boom, buddy, boom, boom, boom. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning in the evening. Hello.
Good morning, good morning.
Good evening, good evening.
Good evening. So, on tonight's show, we have Felix. Hi, Felix.
Yeah, hi. Nice to be on your channel, guys. You're so active. It's great to see what's going on.
Nice.
That you have all the great guys in the world united on your channel. So it's quite an honor to be with you tonight.
You're so funny.
Well, thank you, Felix. Well, yeah, you can say it like that. Yeah, what to say about that?
Well,
All
let
the
me
great
say first of all, Felix, I'm honored that you are on the show. So
Yeah.
here's just this.
You know, the funny thing is, of course, there's no authority. But yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, there seems to be a lot of characters who are quite popular, so to say, on this channel or not. It depends on if you like non-dualities speak or watching football. If you like football, then you think, who are all those idiots? But there's no authority, so there's no one knowing anything already. And we would. It's nice to have you, Felix. I'm curious what's the story there, and yeah. So just this sitting and talking.
Just
But
this.
to speak in football language, you were quite close to all Messi and Ronaldo's that are on the non-duality scene, like Emerson, Ere, Nikosi, and all these great characters that I appreciate a lot. And it looks like you're also getting like one of those characters, quite famous, and yeah, that's good. That's really fun. Anyway, Rosa has an energy that is quite amazing. I think
quite
everyone
crazy.
is appreciating very much Rosa's booming and popping up.
Thanks, my dear. When I first get in touch with you, what here was resonating very much with this Felix character was this openness. I love this openness, and now also so spontaneously popping in here. I love it. I simply love it. And Felix, my dear, feel free if you have impulses, no matter what. Feel free to share openly what you want. Maybe start with the story. I'm also curious in a way.
Yeah, we both met like pretty much on the path to trying to get what this is all about. And I think we met like at the point that we both somehow figured it out what it might be all about nothing. So, and yeah, that was very nice to meet. And I'm quite like most of the kind of speakers that don't really want to get too much in the story again, because it's just a story. When you
but there is no choice, my dear. So, oh, look at this. Here we have another one. Lovely. But there is no choice, my dear Felix. So just simply continue. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, so yeah, I think when you investigate or when you look very closely, you recognize that it's all just kind of made up, and it's just like
a story.
Yeah. A story. Yeah, a story is made up, and yeah, so
kind of an empty thing going on, no matter what.
Absolutely empty, and everything that's coming up is just vanishing in the same moment that it's coming up. So when you get this, it might be quite fearful for some kind of characters, but in the end, it's like, I think, kind of liberation that that nothing really is happening, so nothing can also threaten the apparent character. So
Yeah,
that's
and
quite
no one, actually, no one is getting this. And this is simply this directness of what is, but there it's in a way hidden. And
yes.
it's always there. It's always there, but this is the joke, that it's kind
Well,
of not.
you know, it's hidden by being everything.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
open secret, the open
Yes.
secret, like Tony Parsons call it. Beautiful.
Well,
In
yeah.
German, we have a sentence that's called "you don't see the forest not
Yeah.
because of all the trees."
Du siehst den Wald vor lauter Bäumen nicht. You're not able to see the
Absolutely.
forest because of all the trees. I love this. I use it very often, Felix, by the way. I love this.
Okay, I didn't know that. Even that I follow your channel.
No,
But I didn't.
not during the talk, since it's English. It's not famous.
Okay.
But in German, when I'm talking normally, during the day, I use it very often. Yeah, love it.
Okay.
Beautiful. But sweetheart, just how was it with you? Was it kind of a suffering which led to kind of seeking, maybe also spirituality, or nothing like this?
To be honest, the real like spiritual search began when I got aware more of a kind of emptiness, and I didn't know what to do with this kind of emptiness.
How did you get aware more of emptiness? How did this happen?
Oh, this just yeah, it just happened by somehow by accident, and then you realize that we used to like this kind of mental noise, and we think that this mental noise is like the basis, and then somehow you realize that it's not the basis, it's just a layer overlaying the emptiness. And yeah,
Maybe
that,
I just imagine Felix lying, camping in the summer, camping somewhere, lying and watching the sky, the black sky with the stars, and noticing, oh shit, nothing really happens.
yeah, it's a bit like that, but I would say that the recognition of nothing ever happens took like somehow longer. But I think that we all just overlook the kind of emptiness that is underlaying all of this. I sometimes suggest just closing the eyes and to realize what's there when you close the eyes, and then you realize when you close the eyes there's like nothing, and this nothingness somehow, from my point of view, is underlying all of this. That's why we like to go to sleep in the evening and to jump back in this kind of void or this kind of nothingness.
Sweetheart, I just closed my eyes, and there is everything.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Everything or nothing. It's pretty much undescribable, I would say. It's not like a kind of method that is recommended here, but it's like a quick way to see that there's nothing really there. And we think that when we close the eyes and there's nothing, that is it's of no meaning, but it's like you say, nothing and everything at the same time. So it's meaningful and meaningless.
Yeah, but it's really like meaningless. There is no meaning to this. And
Absolutely.
what is nothing? What is everything? You know? So yeah. And yeah, continue with the story, my dear.
Yeah, but like when you in my experience, continuing the exploration, if there is a kind of exploration, then you or I see that even if you move or if time is going by, there's always some kind of stillness that is not moving anywhere. And then you realize that all of this is some kind of made up. And yeah, and in my story, I was also like watching very much about people that had near-death experiences, and there that was kind of seemingly confirmation that these people also have like experiences that are quite close to what this character seems to experience in everyday life.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that they go in, or that also the dying process is going this probably for some people known, going into the light is like vanishing into a kind of wholeness, that we might like in this kind of so-called enlightenment experience as this kind of melting down or melting back to the whole in some kind of way. And that was for me a kind of confirmation that it's not only something that you some kind of probably mental illness or a kind of thing like that, but that there might be something, how to say,
More
more
to
real,
this.
more real to it, or however you want to call it.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
know.
Xander, do you have an impulse here?
Well, it almost sounds like a state of being. You know, when I hear you talking about experiencing and melting into wholeness and all that, it almost sounds like this is some type of state of being.
I agree, and I think that's the point where on this kind of journey people often like get in a trap or get trapped because they think they have to stick like to a kind of state. And for me, the point when I met Rosa, I think you also met Sven Sein,
Yeah.
and he was like, or it seemingly helping me over to get over that point that it's not a kind of state where you hold on, but it's like everything. It's
No,
everything, and
I get you, my dear. No, for me, it was not like this. Not at
no.
all.
I just say for
Yeah, yeah,
me. I just say
yeah, yeah.
we met in the story when he helped me, like to
Okay,
see that it's not a kind of state. What
okay,
there's
okay.
no need to hold on. There's anyway no one to control it, and anyway there's no one to do anything.
Yeah,
So it's
there
just
is
it's yeah.
there is no bus driver already, right?
There's no bus driver. There's no bus, and there's
No, no driving.
no driving to nowhere.
Xander,
Never moved from anywhere.
never
Well,
moved
yeah,
from A to B.
you know, like for me, it becomes compromising when when it's like you know, there's nothingness behind or underneath this, or you know, for me, these suggestions, so to say. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's
Yeah,
just simply what seems to be happening.
this
Um,
is simply flipping the coin. I just was like, it's just another side of the coin, you know, when we go into this. But go on.
well,
Sorry.
well, it sounds like there is something to get, right? Like there is a like it sounds, well, there was a before and now there is
Yeah.
just this.
It sounds
Um,
as if Felix got something there after the meeting
well,
with
well,
Sven. Got it.
of course, and this is just maybe how it sounds, and this is not saying anything, but there's just here it's just simply this, and you know, simply whatever seems to be happening, talking and I mean, you can call this nothing, but at the same time, it's talking also. I mean, uh, there's nothing wrong with anything which seems to be happening. Like mental noise, or how you want to call it, is just simply what seems to be the case. And you can call this thoughts or mental noise or voices or whatever. And that's just it. It's, there's just this appearing as the sense of you uh, reaching something or not. I mean, it's just all simply this. Just simply, it's so simple that I almost it's easily missed because it's this already. And often it sounds like, well, it's nothing, and then we gain something, and then this fall away, and this happened, and now we're here, you know. And well, nobody is already here or there or somewhere else to become here or to lose this. That's just this. It's quite ordinary, you know. This is it. This, you know, this talking with Felix and Rosa is just this. So this is appearing as three characters talking, and it's completely unknown because there's no one separated from this conversation, and at the same time it's just an ordinary conversation and suggesting that there is maybe nothing, or there is something to get or something to lose, which is this too. Just talking
Yes.
words and sitting. Um, yeah, and you know, near death experience, and it's all just this, you know. Thinking that there's something to get is this too, and thinking there's nothing to get or nothing to lose is just this. It just spontaneously appears to be happening, and there's no one behind this as a nothingness, you know, because sometimes they're said, well, you're nothing, you know. But I mean, there's already no one to be nothing or to be everything.
Like
That's
when
just
you
this.
recognize that you are nothing, you are free.
Well, I mean, it can sound very freeing, you know, and probably when you say to yourself, I'm nothing, which nobody does, but of course this can be happening, you know. This can appear
Of
to happen.
course, Ander, it's a
Saying
very
I'm
common
nothing,
mantra. It's a very
yeah,
common mantra used, a praxis.
yeah, you know, or saying I'm boundless awareness or I'm pure awareness may just simply create a sense of happiness, you know. And that's it too. But no one
Yeah,
is doing that, you know. No one is doing
yeah,
anything or
yeah,
nothing already.
yeah.
There's nothing to get and there's nothing to lose. But the sense of losing something, or the sense of gaining something, or the sense of finding something, or the thoughts of I found something is just this. It's unescapable. It's just ordinariness, sitting and watching, and this.
Felix, what is coming up there, listening to these empty words of Zonderlinchen, apparently?
There's just sitting and listening
And
Yeah,
laughing.
and laughing.
yeah,
No, that was just the question at the beginning. I think was about some kind of of um, of a path,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in the story, like it
yeah,
was like a kind of unpacking or unraveling,
yeah.
and so I was trying to explain how
I
this kind of
totally get
journey.
you. I totally get you. This was simply an impulse there of Zan, but I totally get. I would love
And
to listen to your story.
Professor Sander and Professor Rosa were trying to to
no,
approve my point of view.
No,
no,
please
but
continue the story. I love stories. I
No,
love
no,
stories.
we all love stories. I think in some way we're here to have like a nice experience or a not so nice experience. But I don't say if you can say like if you look on different levels, but seemingly there are a lot of stories and yeah.
Of course. It's all just this. I mean, it's all this, you know, and thinking there's a way out is this too, you know, thinking that there is something to reach, or the sense of, well, I reached it, or I feel lightness, and that's because of this and that. Is this already, you know, making this logical, or making this mystical, or making assumptions or conclusions are just simply, it's just simply what seems to be happening. There's no one making this logical or mystical already. But at the same time, it's just simply what seems to be happening. Making a story about this is just this.
Yeah.
Felix,
And that's a
Felix,
story too. I mean, that's a story too, you know. What's the story there, Felix? I mean, and then at some point there will maybe come a conclusion. Well, that's the story, and this is this, but this is just another story in a way, you know.
what's the
Absolutely.
story,
I mean,
Morning
no one.
Glory? No, Felix. So explain
And,
again
and
to me here in the story. So there was this kind of confirmation due to those near-death experience stories, which you kind of checked on daily basis, and you were like, oh, okay, there's something more real than this. And
No,
then
no, it's not. It's not. It's not that it's more real. And what I try to say with this kind of falling away is more about that. Like for a normal person, when we speak about normal person, there's a kind of mental overlay that seems to build a reality that is just built on stories,
based on ideas, just the
on
ideas, just
ideas,
the
and on
thinking.
thinking. And I
Yeah,
think it refers a bit to what Zander says, that it's so simple and obvious, that this kind of mental overlay is like seemingly hiding like a kind of simplicity that's already there.
and at the same time, this overlay is it too.
Yes, absolutely.
Nothing
And
is hidden.
yeah. Or
yes.
the experience. My story was getting like to this place of comfort in a kind of wholeness, was broke up, and seeing that it's everything. It's discomfort. It's like being ill, being sick, telling a story, not telling a story, being here, not being here, everything encompassing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
And how did, in a way, what happened there? Is it now more kind of relaxed if you try to describe this? Is there a change? I mean, everything is always changing. I mean, you know, there is
Yeah.
always a change in no matter what. So, but
Somehow it seems more relaxed, but like Zander said, it's probably other people hearing this misleading, in a sense of you can get something, you cannot get more that you already are. So and it's still there might appear struggling, there might appear anger or frustration. It's
everything,
all this,
everything.
but it's not in, I would describe it like that, it's not personal anymore. So the life is not so personal anymore, even
Yeah.
if there is still a sense of identification with this kind of character, or a frustration about the feeling every morning, waking up and thinking, oh fuck, again this character. And yeah, that's it. So
That's it.
quite normal in a way, but there seemed to be like a kind of relaxation, or before there seemed to be more tension. So I should do this, or I should do that, or I should not do that. And now it's more kind of seemingly accepting what's happening, or it's more often in the system a kind of reminder that everything is okay, everything is already like it should be. When there is coming up like a kind of panic or a kind of wanting to do something. So
yeah, it's beautiful. It's kind of unpersonal. It's getting unpersonal. The stickiness, die Ich-Bezogenheit, the drawing, it's about me. Everything is kind of related to me. This relation simply is not there. It's just what it is. And
exactly.
it's free as it is, but it's not kind of a I'm accepting this and I'm accepting this and I'm yes to this. It's not like this. It's just directly what it is. It's totally helpless in a way. Hopeless, helpless, direct, ausgeliefert, you know? Just inescapable, unavoidable, exposed,
absolutely.
unavoidable. This is here cool. We can change German things. You can help me. Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. It's kind of watching a movie, and then you say, okay, sometimes you're more into the character, and sometimes you more realize that there's like kind of looking, but there's no one looking also. But there seems to be like a kind of watching like a movie, or and there's no choice, and that might be embarrassing for a kind of character, but when you see it from the other end, that it's like absolutely freedom, and you're absolutely free when you see that there's no choice. So then you just go with the flow, like, or sometimes you don't go with the flow, but anyway, there's no choice.
I have to say here, Felix, when you mentioned there is kind of an observer watching the show, this thing here also is not happening. There is no watcher of the show. There is just the show here, and full on the show, and it's just like, yeah.
What was quite interesting in this near-death experiences is there's like in some of these kind of life review. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, a bit. I listened a bit to this, but I'm not into this.
I think that's also in the Bible meant that you go like through it. It's like the book where they show you all the things you did good and you did not good. I think this is meant in the Bible, and the interesting part about this was that you re-experience situations you probably also forgot, but you experience it's often like unpleasant situations where you hurt someone. And the interesting thing was that you experience this kind of situations from your point of view, but also from the point of view of all involved people in that situation. So you get like when we speak about consciousness, you get like the 360 view about all the people and all the feelings who were involved and created seemingly in this kind of situation. So this is quite funny when we think about this kind of personalization or unpersonal point of view that we can have or not can have. And like a rhetoric kind of question that I like very much is like, is there free will or is there not free will? And when you look at the word free will, it means the will is free. So it can't be your will, your wish, and your command. It's free already. So free will exists, but it's not your will. It's free. So it belongs to no one.
And at the end, what is free will?
Absolutely.
Blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely. But we enjoy this blah, blah so much. That's why we're seemingly together this evening.
Totally, my dear. I'm just in love with this blah, blah, blah. And I'm not getting this. I never got it and I will never get it. But I just love it. And I cannot say to you why.
Absolutely.
Sonderlinchen.
maybe it's this kind also, because we like to connect. It's like what you described as openness. It's like this, you can't get it, you can't put like a frame on it. It's just happening, and I think that's the kind of ultimate freedom and ultimate freeness that we're looking for, and I think that's why we like it so much, because yeah.
Yes, and yeah, beautiful, Zonderlintje. Go on.
Well, you can't get it because you don't have hands. There's no, this is just a joke, but but in a
Oh, this
way
is
you
so
don't have
funny.
hands. So there's no this, whatever this is, conversation, and something which maybe is sensed as a you able to get this.
I
There's
got it.
just this appearing as a sense of you, and the sense of I want to get this. So there's
Got
just
it.
this appearing as this, as reaching, as grabbing, but
This
there's
is
nothing
done.
else. So it's all
It's
just
done.
this.
It's done. Getting it, not getting it, losing it, it's this. It's done already.
Yeah, and well, it's not a, this is not a thing. This.
Yeah.
It's not.
But even calling it a thing
talking.
is it too. No matter what.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Totally.
Of
so
course,
it
of
doesn't
course.
matter.
But I would like to try out something.
Yeah, Professor Felix, feel free.
Yeah. I would like to try out something. When you close your eyes and you think like of a person, think like of Xander now, okay?
Oh, I don't want to think of Xander.
But how? When you close your eyes, how far is he away from you? From your what you consider as you? How far away does he feel?
There is no distance.
Oh, there's no distance.
No distance. Yes.
No,
and
no. But this is so obvious. You don't even have to close your eyes for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Okay. But sometimes what?
There is no distance. There appears to be distance, but you don't have to close your eyes. It's so obvious that there's already just this, and there is no distance. There is just this. There may appear distance, which is this too.
Absolutely, but what I find quite intriguing and amazing is that you want to be very close to a person and you want to hug the person, but the person that you hug or you have sex with will never be so close that when you close your eyes and you think about the person, then the person is some kind of already inside you and is absolutely one with you. So that's just a kind of fun fact. I like to play with this.
Sweetheart, we are getting very sexual here.
Yeah, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that maybe.
Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
You told me everything can come up, so let's go for it.
Of course, I love it. Oh, beautiful. I love this self-inquiry. Very nice. So, Zonderlintje, what was there the point? The pointless point?
Well, no, but all these things like closing eyes and trying to find out and to make it understandable and to to get it and to make it tangible is just this already. Inquiry and closing eyes is just this, and there's no one doing that already. It's just simply what seems to arise, as is the words, as is the suggestion that it is arising to begin with.
Yeah,
it's just this. So I mean, yeah,
So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful inquiry,
Oh,
and a resonance may appear. Trying to do this and play with
guys. I have another fun fact for you.
Yeah.
Okay, close your eyes or don't close your eyes. I don't give a shit. Okay. But when you think of a situation where you see yourself in a kind of remembering. You are in a situation in the childhood. What perspective do you have in this kind of remembering? When we think about that, we are a person just looking straight out of your eyes. What kind of perspective should you have in this kind of remembering?
Oh, sweetheart, this is too complicated for me. I don't get it.
For me, you know, it's funny that
we are too stupid for this.
For me, this sounds like what, you know? It sounds like.
Okay, Zander, just we make it more short, more easy. Zander, you can you remember like the scene of your childhood?
Of the
sweethearts, the time is running.
The scene of your character in the childhood. Can you remember this?
Sweetheart, stop. We continue this experiment in part number 2. Since this is
that's a good cliffhanger. Let's go.
Just hold this thing here. Not forget about this. I see you in part 2. Lovely.